Hi, my name is Dr. Rod Story. I want to talk a little bit about something that's very important to us at Story Family Medicine and actually has been a hallmark of something I decided long ago. So when I was in medical school, in fact early on in my marriage as well, we had several children, 1, 2, 3, and we thought this is crazy. How can we have so many children so quick? We were a bit overwhelmed by having children. And in the thought process, we thought, well, maybe we can use hormonal birth control to stop that and to space our kids out and be more wise. Fortunately, my wife actually didn't do very well on it. It made her feel sick, it made her feel different, it made her feel flat, and she just didn't like the effect, so she stopped it, and we looked at other ways. But through that process, we came to understand something really important about hormonal birth control, and that is that it can cause something called an abortion. Now that's a strong term, and you'll find a lot of information out there. In fact, a lot of the big organizations, the OB organizations and the family medicine organizations will say, no, this doesn't cause an abortion. And it comes down to a couple of things. First off, it comes down to a discussion about what happens when an egg and a sperm come together, and is that a human yet or not? We would say that is a unique creation at that moment, wholly different than the mother and wholly human, not just an egg or a sperm, but a small human, and that even before that child is implanted, still deserves protection and support as much as possible. What you'll find if you look deep enough, and you can look into things like, oh, this is a WebMD article written by a physician just this year talking about the effects of hormonal birth control, and this person would say that the main effect of birth control is preventing ovulation, basically that an egg is made every month. But that's not just the only effect, that there's actually several other effects, including blocking sperm from getting there and blocking newly formed humans, fertilized eggs, which is a human, from being able to implant. In fact, that's what it says. These prevent pregnancy by changing the lining of the womb so that it's unlikely that the fertilized egg will be implanted. And that's the other challenge. We would again say that that is a human. And many people in medicine would say, no, it's a fertilized egg. Or they would say it's an embryo, or they would use all sorts of other terms rather than calling it plainly what it is. And really there's no distinction other than it hasn't yet nestled itself into the warm, inviting, supportive environment of the mother's womb. And that's a problem. We would say at our clinic, and as a believer, that it's wrong for me to use a medicine that would cause a woman to lose a child, that it would cause a woman to be able to not only have a child fertilized, but then that child never to be able to find a home in its mother. And that is something that we avoid at all costs. So, one of the things that we do in our clinic is strive to both talk about this openly and have a conversation about why we don't prescribe birth control for hormonal birth control for spacing pregnancy. But on the opposite side, why we both encourage an understanding of fertility, an understanding of your body, an understanding of how to know when you're fertile and how to, as a couple, be able to wisely choose to welcome a child or to space having children without the danger or the risk of injuring or even losing that child. So we would welcome that conversation. We would encourage Christians to be well understood in the medications and the effects that they have.